Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
All sorts.
Yeah, I love it. I want one. Everything, Chris. Yes.
Yeah, I'll hook you up, man. I'll hook you up, man. I
When are
mean,
you coming to London? When am I going to see you again?
London. I ain't been in London for a minute. You know what? Tell her that I was in London to record some content with London Lions for my brand. But in terms of that, because I'm hardly there now, so because
Yeah.
obviously everyone's all moved out and that. But yeah, arrange something.
Soon. Hopefully, I don't know, but soon. Hopefully soon.
You still in the same place?
Yeah. I'm still here.
Cool. So here's a question then.
Mm-hmm.
If it's too much, I like. So what's your ultimate goal then to achieve with being involved with mental health? Like, what is Anne's self-care love advocate that you are? What's the ultimate goal for Amanda?
Do you know what? I think it's to just take each day as it comes, and be open to new opportunities. Ideally, like for me, I feel like part of my responsibility is to be a role model, especially to younger women, young black girls who perhaps don't admire or love themselves, or love their black skin. But ultimately, it's to empower people to take better care of themselves, and to use my own experiences, my own not teachings, but yeah, my experiences and life lessons to empower other people, because I know what it's like to be in a really dark place. Honestly, I really do. So yeah, that's the goal, is to just keep doing what I'm doing and see where it takes me.
That's it. That's it. And as you know, I like to add value here. So it's like, what advice would you give to anyone, or any young person, or any elderly person that's going through mental health? What advice would you give them that's going through a tough time or rock bottom in mental health?
I would really encourage people to remember the importance of self-care. So some questions, a question you can ask yourself is, what does self-care and what does self-love really mean to me? And really think about that question. Write down answers and look at perhaps how you can make some changes around self-care. So whether that's looking at meditation, exercise, seeking therapy, going to your GP, speaking to a friend, changing the way you eat, reducing your alcohol intake. There's so much that you can really look at in terms of, well, what does self-care and self-love really mean to me? Because when you can really sit and answer that question, things can only get better, because it's encouraging you to make changes to your lifestyle. So yeah, I think that would be it.
Nice. And the last one was, what advice would you give to someone that knows someone going through mental health? How would you tell them to approach it and deal with it? Because I know there's some people that don't know how to approach it or deal with someone that they know is going through it.
Yeah, that's a good question, and it can be answered in so many ways. So, the first thing I would say is, if you can, is to try and get some training in mental health first aid. So, mental health first aid is the mental health equivalent to a physical first aid course. So, you're learning how to spot the signs of depression, anxiety, suicide, psychosis, self harm, eating disorders. So, you're learning how to spot those signs, and then you're also learning, or you're developing your skills to support the person who's struggling with that specific issue. So yeah, try and access in training, whether that's you pay that, fund it, or ask your organization to send you on some training, or and research, do some research around specific mental illnesses. It's about education, but in terms of supporting other people, I'd say really try and actively listen to what someone has to say without placing judgments or dismissing someone's experiences, and asking the person what they would like, in terms of being helped. You know, ask, how can I help you right now? What is it that you need from me right now? Rather than assuming you know what to do, or assuming you know how to fix the person.
Yeah. Well, it's all about carefully judging it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, well, like not judging it, but like kind of just assess it to see, you know, where. I do remember a time at a workplace where this guy had come back to work, and a lot of people were kind of like brushing him off, as before they were welcoming him because he was this, you know, in shape looking kind of person. He come back a different person, but I only met him when he come back as a different person.
Okay.
And I just remember everyone just there like, oh, he's a bit weird. I'll get away from him, stay away from him. But I just remember just every time I saw him, I just have a conversation with him. It was just talk, and literally. He was never weird as where they made him out to be. It's just, I just feel like at the time everyone there didn't know how to deal with him because what they
Yeah.
saw he was like before. Just
Yeah.
got to chat with him. We used to do busting jokes, sometimes eat Doritos, and you know, at work, and you know, we start cracking up with each other. But yeah, man, I do remember the time at work.
And you know what? That's the stigma. People often don't know how to respond to someone who's struggling with their mental health. So if this person had broken their leg, they'd, you know, likely get some flowers and a card and some chocolates and loads of well wishes. But as soon as it becomes mental health, people are like, don't know what to say here. What do I do here?
Yeah.
You know?
He's weird. He's a shell of his old self. All of that talk, I just thought, oh, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell
Yeah.
the guy screaming for help, just be there with him, innit? And that's what I tried to do with him. But I told him, you know, if you want to come chat, man, we could just go out and have a little chat, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's the you know, the best thing you can do. The best thing you can do.
no, definitely. I like that. So, any more questions for me?
No, you're the host. Any more questions for me?
I've got one. Well, I do these things called hotspots, but because you're not an athlete, I did have some written down.
I don't know.
Huh? No.
No,
I've got some written down. Huh?
let's not, because I don't want to embarrass myself any
No,
further.
it won't be about athletes. It's
Okay.
gonna be about music.
Okay, go on then. I'll try.
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.